The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Mick Shots, streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app. Now, here are Bill Jones, Heckma Harrison, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
It is a Tuesday inside the SWBC podcast studio, and this is Trade Deadline Tuesday.
Yes.
It's not the day after Monday Night Football. It's Trade Deadline Tuesday. Bill Jones, Everson Walls, Heckma Harrison, and Mickey Spagnola. This is Mick Shots, and we've got so much to talk about.
Come on.
So little time to do it.
Yes.
Yes.
They say deadlines make deals, so a deal has already been made, Mick, and I want to hear about it.
Okay. We're just completely dismissing what happened last night. We're moving on, huh?
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
What do you mean?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
What happened?
Don't you think what happened had some effect of what happens today?
Should have happened before yesterday. That's what it should have.
But we know.
Could have used them last night.
Yeah.
Get him on a plane yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't have because he played Sunday.
Should have been last week,
You can't play twice in a week.
2 weeks ago.
Cowboys traded for Logan Wilson, the linebacker from the Cincinnati Bengals, this morning, in case you haven't known. They gave up a seventh-round draft pick. Jerry Jones this morning says they could still be active, could be more moves made by the 3 o'clock Dallas time deadline. Now, you take it away while I fix my headset.
And so now we're sense of urgency, huh?
What's that?
Well, do we still have a chance? Sense of urgency now? What are we, 3-5-1?
He got it.
That's it.
Hit the nail right on the head, right off the top.
There's only 10 teams in the NFC with better records.
Yeah. Boy, he'll find that silver lining, won't he? My God.
Ain't that something?
This guy here.
10 teams.
Okay.
So come on, guys. I want to know about this new linebacker we got. Mick, can you tell me anything about him?
No. Bill can do that. I'm sure he went to high school somewhere out here in Texas.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Damn.
He went to school in Wyoming, but
He went to OU, right?
All right.
I'm sure he went to OU, right? I'm sure that had something.
well, Mickey's ignoring me, so I'll talk to you.
So-
It's all good. I'm used to it.
It's a seventh round pick, right? The guy is, had been a starter, team captain.
Chris.
You got problems too?
I don't know.
I'm good. I'm good to go now. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
We got all these false wires around here.
False
They
wire.
don't even
So you want to
mean
know about
anything.
Logan Wilson, the newest Cowboy? You don't want to care. You don't care about talking about what happened last
Yeah.
night yet. Okay.
No, whichever you want to do. He's been a starter. He's been in the league. He was a productive player for him. I'm not sure what happened this year, but they decided, I read in the Cincinnati Enquirer, that they were going to go younger.
That sounds like they're giving up on the season.
A rookie. Well, they're 3-6.
But now that division is
That's
bad.
about the same.
But that division is bad.
Yeah.
And they lost their quarterback, Joe Burrow.
And their
Much of the
defense is
season.
worse than ours.
Yeah, the only one.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, I saw that.
And this is a guy that
We
couldn't
moved
get
up.
He couldn't get on that on the field on that team because they were going younger.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. So
Hold on.
what did you expect him to do?
No, I have no expectations whatsoever, Mickey. None at all.
Okay.
At this point, I'm hanging pat with what we have. After I said it after the Denver loss. You guys educated me on the fact. I was one of those people that was thinking NFL players are 1% of the 1%, and when a guy gets an opportunity to play in the NFL, that that's his opportunity to show that he's a part of that 1%. But I know otherwise now. If you're an undrafted free agent, a guy that's barely hanging on, practice squad player, good luck, making an impact on Sundays. Our defense from Denver to yesterday at home, it's the same things happening over and over again. And to me, it's just going to be the way that you narrate the 2025 Cowboys season, that the defense just isn't any good.
And to me, if you look at the dynamic here, and you have a coach, kind of has a proven record as a coordinator, head coach, whole different story.
Eberflus.
Eberflus,
Okay.
I'm talking about. Thank you. So, and you have these players who've had a few practices. They hadn't had a training camp, and I get that. I still haven't seen improvement. I put that on the players themselves. Once again, we're football players. We don't have to grow into football. We've already played a lot of football. Those defenses have not changed for the most part, especially in the secondary. All you're talking about is being where you're supposed to be. We haven't shown that we can do that. Whether it's zone or man-to-man, we don't understand just the small little nuances that you should really know in college. And so, to me, the players themselves don't seem to have it in them, kind of what you're saying, but also it lets me know that we need to be more consistent on who we recruit from now on. Because, practice players, I get that. But that practice player, we know it. He might have to play. So you want to put a good product out there. And I think they need to start doing better on those products, because once given a chance, and we've had many that have had chances this year alone, I haven't seen anybody step up.
So you're talking about lack of ability.
Yes.
And
lack of scouting ability.
Okay, I got you on that.
Yeah.
But before we were talking about guys not being prepared, and I was trying to tell you sometimes it's about who you have playing, not how you're asking them to play, that they don't understand.
That sounds like we said the same thing.
But I think the bigger problem is this is 2 weeks in a row that the offense has faltered. And we're got going on the defense. The offense has faltered. I went back and looked. They did not score an offensive touchdown in the first half.
To the fourth quarter.
I went back 70 games until I found that.
Wait a minute, what?
2021.
It's crazy.
All right? And now, why did that
Since they
happen?
scored
An offensive touchdown.
touchdown.
Yes.
Not a field goal.
Not a field
touchdown.
goal, a touchdown.
That they've gone a whole half
Without a touchdown, offensively. And I think,
That's
to
a
me,
stat, boy.
that's alarming when you did the same thing this week as you did last week with the first possession, driving right down the field inside the 10-yard line, first and goal, and you came away this time with no points. Now, I'm glad he went for it, but that doesn't discount when it happened. and that's fine. But he knew with this offense and the way it was playing that they needed to score touchdowns.
So now what you're looking at is,
And they didn't.
you're looking at a desperate coaching staff.
Yes.
Well, how many times?
We are desperate.
Yes.
How many
was-
times?
And we are choking right now.
How many times did they go for it on fourth down in this game?
Twice.
3. I
Okay.
think it was 3. And they were 0 for 3. But you're desperate. So you're going, you have to do it.
Players can feel it.
But the reason why you're going for it on fourth down is because we've been talking about all week about how bad your defense is, and that's the reason why you're going for it on fourth down.
And our third downs, letting you know that's suffering as well. We were kind of rolling as this machine was going in the first part of the season. And like you said, the last 2 games, there have been issues. They have shot themselves in the foot. Penalties that have come, of course, the most untimely.
Especially inside the 10-yard line.
That's
At
what's
home.
brutal.
That was at home.
That's
this
brutal.
is at home. This is
And
not
at
on the
home.
road.
Yeah, that's brutal.
But it wouldn't matter. You can hold on the road. If you hold on home, it was a holding call.
When was the third time they went for it? Was that the last drive of the game?
Probably.
Oh, well, I don't.
Because you checked out. You stopped writing. You stopped writing.
Well, you have to pile it on.
Yeah.
Part of the pile.
It was, the ones in question are the 2 on 4th and goal at the 4 on the first possession of the game,
Right.
And 4th and 4 at the 22-yard line in the fourth quarter,
Right.
first play of the fourth quarter.
which I guess they could have kicked.
And I know that it's your theory all along that the more you kick field goals, closer you are to losing.
And they would have.
And I think that in this case, get your points. That's just me.
Yeah, some of those.
And if you add up the field goals at the end of the game that you didn't decide to kick, you're right there.
One score.
But that
and Javonte Williams might not be, and George Pickens in the second half might not be trying to get every single extra yard because the team is so desperate because you're coming from 10 or 17 points behind and you got to do everything you can to win.
Javonte can't win for losing. This guy here, man.
And so you might have been in a position to kick a third field goal.
Yeah,
there
but
in that
you can't assume that in
the game is going to play out the way it was.
But
But
they're going to just start running the football.
but if you did
to burn the clock.
But if you did the math, if you kick the field goals, you are right there, and it's a 4-point game.
As long as it played out the way they did, and they shut down their.
What
offense.
you saw was a defense that keeps pressure in every area of the game, no matter what. You're going to have more than one man around the ball all the time, and their reaction is going to be top notch. So when you catch a ball out in the flat, you have to be ready for something to come quickly. Yeah. You can't be surprised by it. You can't just think, oh, well, I'm about to break this tackle and I'm good. No, there's going to be someone else coming. I mean, these are kind of things that you know that a team they have been known for this year.
They were known for losing 5 consecutive games.
And you know how they lost. Man, see, man, let me throw my phone at you, man. Come on.
Lost.
Yeah, but you know that they lost to some good teams.
Oh, I know.
Close games.
But still.
So you couldn't see this coming then?
Oh, I did. That's what I wrote about Friday.
Yeah,
well, why are you messing with me then, man? Shut up.
That's the question. Are you surprised what happened last night?
No.
And if you took these two rosters, the guys that played in the game last night on both teams, and you're picking, it's a pickup game, and you're picking, okay, I want that guy, I want that guy. How many more Cowboy players would you pick than Cardinal players if you just line them up?
I'd pick.
You would? I would not.
No.
I would not. When I look at those two rosters, I don't see much difference.
Well, definitely not on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But
they had tied their season high with 5 sacks.
Of course they did. They played against us.
Yeah.
No, the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, that was nice.
But they had 5 sacks too.
They did.
Had 8 quarterback hits. See, to me, the biggest difference in this game was the Cowboys' offensive line did not play well 2 weeks in a row.
But you've said, Mickey, that the Cowboys' offense has to be perfect because of the way that the defense plays, and if your defense can't support that offense in any way, you can't have an off night.
These offense is feeling
these are 2 weeks in a row where you
are feeling
off
the
nights.
pressure. They are feeling the pressure.
But that doesn't mean the offensive line doesn't play better.
Okay.
What's happened? They've figured these last 2 teams figured something out.
What did they figure out?
Maybe that they have talent on those defensive lines. Those two that's one thing that they found out. That was good, as we said in here, defensive lines. So that's where I'm not surprised. I mean, there are times when we played better against good defensive lines, but if I'm going to pick 2 teams, the way you guys talked about the D-line, 2 teams that we will probably struggle against, these are it.
Especially when the first-round draft pick's now playing for the Cardinals, who hadn't played in the game until last night.
And I guess
he showed up and showed out.
I guess a first-round draft pick from freaking 40 years ago. This guy, Campbell, just,
yeah, right.
Calais played his butt out.
Yeah, but the guy that killed him was Josh Sweat.
They all killed him. They all killed him.
It was
Yeah, dominoes down the line. And, a team that has more balance would probably overcome something like that. And we tried, but
with their backup quarterback.
We're not that.
Is he a backup quarterback?
Well, he is on that team.
Wait a minute. We got to ask some important questions about Jacoby Brissett now.
Yeah. Because you've got several quarterbacks in the league that are just like that, who are damn good backup quarterbacks. I mean, can I say it like that?
I mean, sure.
Because he said it in pessimistic way, I'm saying damn good.
That's a damn good quarterback right there, Jacoby Brissett. Hey, what do you call? Let's say it. NFC Player of the Week, Jacoby Brissett.
Or Marvin Harrison.
Or Marvin Harrison.
Once again, the Cowboys are adding to the awards.
Every time there's an agent out there, boy, my guy's going against the Cowboys today.
That can't be right, man.
Get these stats right.
No, the penalties, as you were just talking about, the penalties are so bad, man. And that first half, the way that we were penalized, and just continue to back ourselves up. Special teams, even to me, the special teams play, at that point, I was like, man, finally something goes right for us. You have the Ferguson penalty, Ferguson fumble, which was man, backbreaking at that point, right?
It's not However, like they made up for it by getting a stop and getting a block punt for a touchdown.
And then you're feeling like
actually the Ferguson fumble was not that big a deal because they didn't do anything with it.
Thank you for making my point.
Wound up scoring a touchdown.
That's where I'm going.
Don't give him a pass. We're not giving Fergie a pass.
No, we're not giving.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
But it was a 10-7 game right there.
Yeah.
So, if you had kicked the field goal to start the game, it was a 10-10 game.
Their fumbles continue to happen in Arizona territory. Mm-hmm. You're driving for scores, and they fumble the ball.
I mean, to me, if I'm looking at, and trust me, I've been on teams with bad defenses. And what the glaring thing is, the opposition that you play against most of the time, they look totally different from you. Everything right that they're doing, you're not. The way they attack the ball, they attack it because they have more than one man going for the ball or going for the tackle. Of course, the first man creates the havoc. Second man comes in and takes it. We always only have one man, and that one man usually doesn't come in with the force we need. Because you have to have force with that. That has to be a suddenness when a guy's carrying the ball that makes him go, whoa, and then now he's compromised. Right. And then here comes the other guy. Well, we don't have the suddenness, nor do we have the numbers. And so when people run, that's why we're always peeling off of everyone. We seem to peel off of everyone that runs through the line because they're not hitting them straight on because they're not in position to.
The offensive line. Somebody's figured something out.
Well,
it seemed early in the season that the Schottenheimer and the offensive play caller and coordinator had figured out something to protect those tackles early in the year. Right. Some of the things that we were doing scheme-wise.
It had to be the tight ends.
Yeah. Well, the tight ends, and then just motion. It might be a rollout or whatever where you're neutralizing a pass rusher.
Denver figured it out.
Yeah. And
now Arizona has it.
But at some point, you just can't hide it.
Yeah.
Well,
Vegas is going to come in with the same motto.
You're playing with. They finished the game, so in the fourth quarter, you're playing with 3 second-year offensive linemen, a rookie, and Tyler Smith. The lack of experience, I think, is they're taking advantage of. I mean,
enthusiasm can only go so far.
And then Steele tries to play when he was probably should have been inactive and played poorly.
What's he got going on?
They said he showed up on game day with, I don't know where this is starting, but with migraine headaches.
Oh, okay.
So, and then they finally said, okay, Nate Thomas, you're in.
He got the same treatment.
Yeah, but he at least kind of held his own a little bit. Josh Sweat was just ruining this offense, and they were coming and they were blitzing and they weren't picking it up. Javonte Williams picked up a couple blitzes, but that's why. I mean, look at Dak's numbers. The reason they're there is sacked 5 times, hit 8 times, had to run 4 times, and God knows how many pressures they had. He didn't have any time in the pocket, and that takes away.
So when you look at this offensive line, and this is something we knew coming in, even though I would hear well-respected people across the country. In fact, I remember Hall of Fame GM Bill Polian just 3 weeks ago talking about when the Cowboys played Carolina. He lives in Carolina. He was reviewing that game. So the Cowboys got a great offensive line. They got this, but when you break it down, to your point, you've got a second-year left tackle in Tyler Guyton. You've got a second-year center, Cooper Beebe, okay? You've got a rookie right guard in Tyler Booker. And in this case last night, when Terrence Steele goes out, you get a second-year, seventh-round draft pick, Nate Thomas, who was playing at right tackle. It doesn't mean that this offensive line, the nucleus isn't there going forward.
Right.
But early on in their careers, there's going to be growing pains.
And Nate Thomas was playing his third NFL game at tackle.
He played 18 snaps last night, I think is what it was, at the end of the game.
Let's see.
So, but regardless, I think it was 48 snaps for Steele. But I mean, that's what you have on the offensive line, and there have been games where they've been really good, and but
Yeah, it's
exposed.
I think I said something a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Matchups are important. They just hadn't matched up well. Once again, good defensive lines. They just didn't match up well.
Broncos team last week that leads the league in sacks.
I mean, yeah,
Led the league in sacks last year too.
Yeah, they're good, but these guys get paid over there too.
The bad thing is they obviously thought they could run on them, and they came out and ran the football. And then when you look up and it's 27-10, well, the running game's been neutered. You got to throw, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because they were running the ball well to start the game.
I would like to see what our third downs look like.
Oh, I can tell.
Because that's what continues drives and kills drives.
I can tell you their third downs were 7 for 9 to start the game.
Right. They finished 7 for 13, but that was the fourth quarter. The Cowboys were 5 of 12.
So do you grade that performance by the offensive line on a curve because of experience, because of what you're saying? Because
no, I think it's just for the entire season.
Really?
That's what you have going into the season.
Because it doesn't get any easier, right?
Right. But
as far as the matchups.
And it's talented offensive line. And it's just, okay, how quickly can they come of age?
Yeah, well, how quickly can they make an adjustment? Because, I mean, you still got have a good line now. I mean, just because the last 2 weeks have been a certain way, they figured out something. Hey, let's figure out something for us.
Keep in mind, BB hadn't played the last 6 weeks.
True.
And so that continuity, it was not there.
And they got seduced early by completing those long passes, right? That first drive, the ball was just going down the field. And then all of a sudden,
Javonte was getting 9 yards a clip.
Yeah, yeah. And then all of a sudden,
that's why they thought they could make it on 4th and goal at the 4.
Or how about first and goal at the 7 and not past the 4?
I have to be on like the 2-yard line to give up a field goal. That's just me.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
early in the game.
This is nothing. I know they wanted to come out there and establish. Yeah. Well, all of that sounds good until you get hit in the mouth.
But it's like you're then chasing points.
Yeah.
When you fall behind like that.
Man,
so it's like going for 2. And then the rest of the game you're chasing points.
When you go for 2, you're on the 3.
You're on the 2.
You're on the 2. You're not on the 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, all right. We got to get you caught up on the latest on the trade front when we come back, and much more to decipher here as Mick Shots continues in a moment.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/cowboys.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mick Shots.
Get in the game this holiday season with Dallas Cowboys youth football and dance camps presented by Invisalign. Athletes aged 6 to 16 take the holiday hustle to football camps on December 23rd and 27th. Future DCCs sparkle with America's sweetheart on December 27th. Spend your holiday break learning from the best.
Break dancing?
That's what I was thinking at first, like, whoa, they got to break it. Register before December 1st to save $25. Visit DallasCowboys.com/camps to learn more.
Okay, the breaking news in the NFL here in the last half hour is that the New York Jets have traded cornerback Sauce Gardner to the Indianapolis Colts in exchange for not one, but two first-round picks. And I saw a report that
Same year?
wide receiver, no, the 26 and 27 first-round picks of the Colts go to the Jets. Also, A.D. Mitchell, the wide receiver out of Texas, who's in his second year, and has not done anything yet in Indianapolis. He goes to the Jets. Sauce Gardner had just signed this summer a 4-year, $120 million contract extension. So
how does that work from a money perspective? With all the guarantees
it's
still loaded.
The report that I see per over the cap, trading Gardner leaves the Jets with $11 million in dead money this year and $8 million next year. So it's surprising that on the heels of that contract extension, they can trade him this quickly, because usually
it's too much money.
Well, normally when you trade a guy, everything escalates into that year. I don't know why it's split in two.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So
he just went from football purgatory to better away. I mean, Indianapolis probably one of my more surprising teams of this season. The way that they're playing. I mean, we were just talking about their defense last week. DeForest Buckner and company. The way, I mean, but man, what a difference a trade makes for Sauce Gardner.
Well, you realize they are the number one seed right now in the AFC.
And see,
even
I think
after losing.
I think what they saw was something in this team that said, okay, this is no fluke. You know, all we need is something, and that, to me, that's a move of confidence that this is all we need, and we're gonna have two first rounders? No, they got Sauce. No, that's gonna be supposed to be their stamp on their conference season.
And what the Colts are running out there at cornerback prior to this trade, on their depth chart, they were starting Mekhi Blackman at left cornerback, Jalen Jones, a 7th-round pick, at right cornerback, and Kenny Moore, their nickelback. So they show
as an upgrade.
Yeah, they clearly upgrade a position. So
quickly look and see how much they had to pay the quarterback to get him this year, because I bet he came cheap.
Danny?
Indianapolis.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he did. It was
cool.
I'll look it up, but
so you have money to kind of spread around.
Good old
1 year, $14 million.
14?
Yep. But they're about to sign him long term too.
Well, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
So, in regards to us,
yes,
moves being made. Too late?
Well,
is it? I mean, you know, now we're really depending on outside forces.
Well, and the important thing to keep in mind on the Logan Wilson trade is that he's got 2 years left on his contract. And this is his second contract. It was 2 years ago he signed a 4-year, $36 million extension. So clearly they think he's got, in reviewing tape, that he's still got what merited that 4-year, $36 million. I haven't looked at his contract, but we're going to assume that's an average of $9 million a year. And
it's
6
and 6.5 the next 2 years.
That's his base salary the next couple of years. So,
but no guarantees are left.
Yeah. So
that's why they.
That's
all.
Well, the other thing to keep in mind, and one of the reasons they had pulled the trigger on this trade even before last night, is keep in mind at the linebacker position. You feel however you want to about what they've got at the linebacker position right now, but one of the veteran guys they brought in, Jack Sanborn from Chicago, is going on injured reserve, and he's out the next 4 games. They needed a reinforcement regardless, and Logan Wilson had already asked for a trade, and a guy with that kind of a resume who's still, in the eyes of the scouts here, playing at a high enough level, and they're just giving up a 7th-round draft pick.
I told you we needed a linebacker, didn't I?
Yeah.
I said that.
Well, they did. And then when they put Sanborn on IR, the only backup linebacker was Damone Clark, and obviously they're not high on him anymore. So if you went 3 linebackers, you had the 3 guys out there, and you didn't have hardly anything else at linebacker. So there was a significant need. Now they're saying, this is Jerry saying that they felt like this guy knows how to fill gaps, like hit the gap.
That's a linebacker, baby.
He tried to say his
burst that bubble, baby.
His instincts were close to Leighton Vander Esch's, being that type of linebacker.
So they're gonna give him number 55. Because he wore number 55 in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, so that's the thing. He's a middle.
After Steve DeOssie.
He's a middle linebacker. He's a middle linebacker. So now Murray can move back to his natural position.
And then you got Overshown waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
Well, next game, Overshown will be on the active roster,
right?
Assuming he's going to play this year.
And we'll see if he's ready to play.
But I think prior to even this deadline, like you had already said, my linebacker was already, in the pot for this team because you had to upgrade the position some way, somehow.
It was something very interesting that I don't know if you listened to Jerry with Stephen A. Smith yesterday on Sirius XM, but it was interesting. He was talking about this trade, obviously, and breaking the news. They had made this trade.
The trade that no one knew about?
That we can't say who it is. He said, okay, Michael Irvin and DeMarcus Ware were on the show too. He said, now this isn't Dick Butkus, but this is a linebacker who will fill a gap, okay? And then he was talking about later in the show about the problems with the defense, and part of it he was talking about was it's about carrying out your assignment. Did you hear this, Mickey?
Yes.
And he was talking about that your defensive players have to carry out your assignment. And he implied, without naming any names, and not necessarily just talking about linebackers, it could be
everybody,
defensive line, whatever, is if you go off the reservation and try to make a big play and you're not carrying out your assignment, then it's going to leave your defense susceptible to.
He could have been talking about a number of guys.
Yeah, man.
When he made that statement.
You're just looking at the film all year. I watch a player. I won't say a name right now, but I'll watch a player and he's
take an inside.
He's crashing down, and I'm like, is he being coached? Was that the play? Was he supposed to do that on that, or is he trying to make a big play? And I think that kind of tells me what Jerry said yesterday. There's a lot of guys that were trying to make a big play and weren't carrying out their assignment.
Yeah, but they've been doing that all year.
That's what he's saying all year, right?
How many? And after a while, you watch video and you say, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Gets us back to Logan Wilson. What I've read about Logan Wilson, he is exactly the type of character, high character, mental, smart player who is going to carry out his assignment. In fact, to the point that he gets demoted by their new defensive coordinator, Al Golden, a month ago. Still was playing, getting 20 snaps a game or whatever, but they wanted to take, because they're having troubles on their defense, their rookie 4th-round draft pick out of Clemson, Barrett Carter, they wanted to get him on the field. And Logan Wilson goes to Barrett Carter, who he had already taken under his wing, mentoring him, and said, this doesn't change our relationship. Okay, I am still coaching you up just like I was when you were my backup. I don't want to have this on when I look back at my career and I'm facing some adversity right now. I don't want to look back and say I didn't handle it the right way. And so that shows the kind of maturity that this Logan Wilson has, and it fits exactly the mold of what Brian Schottenheimer is trying to, when you look at what he did in the draft and the types of players that they decided to draft, that's the type of player that he wants on this football team.
See, I think they overestimated what they were going to get out of Jack Sanborn, because that's what they thought they were getting from Sanborn, and just what you explained.
And the difference is Logan Wilson has done it as a starter in this league. He comes in, he was a 3rd-round draft pick in 2020, and he's starting right off the bat, and he's going to the Super Bowl, right off the bat in this league.
So Eberflus would have played against him several times, right, before he went to the Bears?
Yeah, well.
Right?
I don't know when Indianapolis and Cincinnati they would play.
Well, that's right. They're not in the same division.
So, even with Logan Wilson being, coming here to Dallas, I think the problem that we've been seeing with our linebackers has been the fact that our defensive front hadn't been holding enough to not allow those offensive linemen to get up on them. I think Sanborn, for whatever it's worth, even Murray, for whatever it's worth, these guys have been fighting through a lot of traffic because, offensive linemen are up on them, getting to the 2nd and 3rd level. We saw that in the Denver game. So even Logan Wilson is a Dallas Cowboy. Can't wait to see you. But just know that some of the problems
those offensive linemen are still going to be in his face. They're still going to be in his way.
Some of those problems that existed in Cincinnati will exist here simply because we're still trying to figure that out up front. And so as the trade deadline gets closer, I'm watching to see if there's a move made for a defensive tackle. I saw that our guy Mozzie was inactive yesterday. Jay Toya was active, and they've been doing that dance back and forth all season. So I just want to see. I want to see what other moves are going to be made, and if those moves are made for the defensive line.
It probably will, because what I saw were linebackers. They had a particular angle where the running back was coming right at the camera, and all you saw were linebackers trying to get off of blocks.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's all you saw. And they were just parting the waves, and
perimeter defense for you as a corner, a guy that would be on the outside, and especially when not a sweep, but the power coming outside. I mean, I was seeing times where Cincinnati was loading up, bringing in an extra offensive line and going with that power on the outside.
You're talking about last night's game?
Last night.
I mean Arizona, okay.
Yeah, excuse me, Arizona. Yeah. Getting to the outside. And, again, they were picking up 8-9 yards, 2nd and 10, picking up, big yards.
And it's hard for a defensive back, even with a wide receiver here. Running back coming full speed, no one's touched him, and now you have to get off of this guy to make the tackle. Most of the time, you're not going to be able to get your head across the way you're taught to do. So now you're just going with one arm, breaking tackles, right? Not going to work. And that's where they start we just fall off of them. We just falling off of running backs. And they get to lean for another 5-10 yards.
Well, do you realize how many times they went 3 tight ends?
I did not.
And it wasn't 3 tight ends. It was 2 tight ends and an extra offensive.
I did see my man going in motion. Yeah, I'm going in motion.
Right?
Kelvin Beachum out of Mahia, Texas.
There you go.
Who was Cowboys had their way with him a little bit last night.
That was
former starting tackle.
Yeah, and so they were saying we're running at you. Mm-hmm. And they didn't do a very good job.
We can't be surprised about that either.
No, and a lot of times it was 2 tight ends, and so now you got the problem of how do you cover McBride, right? Because you're in your base defense, but you got a tight end that's a wide receiver.
That's killing.
Well, we don't have one that's a wide receiver, but that's kind of how we use Ferguson.
Right.
And it just.
But we got to give credit to their offensive coordinator down on the goal line on that move to Marvin Harrison. They came in with that jumbo package, and he was isolated on the outside with DeRon Bland. Hell of a move, by the way.
Did you see when they showed CD's face?
Oh, that's all you can do.
He was like, holy, the movie made for the touchdown.
Yeah, no, that was.
It was all right.
It was all right. Well,
You don't like seeing quarterbacks say, that's a quarterback.
Did he break his ankles?
Yeah.
What you have is it wasn't the offense, it was the defensive guy. He just wasn't ready. The move was okay, guys. I mean,
all right.
He came out there and he seen CD do it in practice the whole time.
Right.
That's actually CD's move.
Maybe that's why
CD was he did that real well. Bravo, son.
Something you never saw Marvin Harrison Sr. do from the left side.
What's that?
Is a move lining up at wide receiver on the left side and making a move like that because he was exclusively right side.
Let me tell you,
out his entire career.
No disrespect though. Let me say this before the game even started. That was what I was thinking was. His dad was so good when he played that it's got to be a ton of pressure on this kid. And the reason why, after 2 years, he hadn't had that breakout season or even that breakout game because of the pressure that comes along with it. But hearing during the broadcast about his dad, if you guys read that story about his dad saying, I can't watch the game because of the way the offensive play calling for my son. Well, they must have obviously heard what he said because he was targeted a whole bunch in that first half. But what tremendous pressure as a player to have a dad as a Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, a guy that almost 15,000 yards, 100 so touchdowns, and have to walk in those shoes. I mean, and lo and behold, just yesterday he has a coming out party.
And he played against a hell of a defensive back.
Yeah, he did.
And made him look average.
And he had his breakout game.
Yeah.
Hey, and we got to go to break. You know how many tackles DeRon Bland had last night?
Too many.
8. Every time he caught the ball.
You said 8?
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
look.
you don't want me to
look.
look. I'm going to guess 10.
10? You got a number?
I'm going to go 6.
14 tackles.
Damn.
14. That's how.
And it wasn't like he was off in the mix. No, it was like,
And a lot of it was against the run because they were putting him in the slot.
He in the cold tub today. Boy.
Okay, we're going to make some trades when we come back here on Mick Shots.
In 3 minutes.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal, writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide, because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mick Shots.
Celebrate the season at Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza powered by Reliant at the Star in Frisco. Join us every Friday and Saturday night from November 21st to December 20th for an electrifying holiday performance. For details, visit thestardistrict.com.
I thought you were going to be promoting the Winter Hockey Classic in 2027.
Here's, of course, the Cowboys now have the bye week. It's 2 full weeks before the next game, a Monday night game at Las Vegas. And when the Cowboys come back, they've got 3 games in the span of 11 days, 4 games in the span of 18 days.
Oh, that's tough.
That's a record as far as 3 games in 11 days. Playing a Monday night game, then a Sunday and Thursday. And it's even more of a record. A week later, you're playing again on Thursday. And it's even more of a record. Now, you get, quote unquote, a reprieve because it's Vegas to start. But the next 3 are Philadelphia, Kansas City, and Detroit.
Yep.
Well, once again,
We knew that.
we're going to Vegas, and Vegas looked pretty decent the other night, and I'm pretty sure they'll tie all of that together.
Yeah, Brock Bowers is
Spank
healthy
our
again.
asses.
Oh, just in time, huh? Just in time. Just in the nick of time. Come on. They got quarterback issues.
I think our pick to click would be to see who's going to have their breakout game against the Cowboys. That's what we need to pick up.
Their player of the
Yeah, which one? Who's going to be their player? Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
You know, the weird thing is, though, if you look at, and you know, I know it's coach speak when they talk about inconsistency, but 5 sacks, they had 8 tackles for losses, and 11 quarterback hits. Those had to be highs for the season, yet they still gave up 27 points, almost like that.
Hell, if you had told me they gave up 27 points, I would have said at least we scored 40.
Right?
If it was 40-27.
That's
All we gave up was 27?
To me, this loss, if last week's loss was bad, this one was worse.
I think that as well.
Really?
I do. The
Because
timing is bad.
You're at home. You've been scoring 40 points a game.
Yep.
You were desperate. Now, I don't know.
Your stock is going down, down, down.
2 and 5, 5 straight games, and then you lay an egg.
And
who knows?
the strength of your team.
Right, was offense, right? And you scored 1 offensive touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got some breaking news. A trade. The Chicago Bears have traded for a defensive end from the Cleveland Browns.
No.
Wow.
No, you look at
Yeah,
he's teasing.
joking.
Get out of here.
Joe Tryon Shoyika traded from the Cleveland Browns.
He's a horrible actor. He's a horrible actor, man. Golly, dude. We smell that coming a mile away, boy.
You weren't setting us up.
Well played.
We know too well.
All right. I think we're out of time.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Are you predicting another trade by 3 o'clock? How many trades before 3 o'clock?
2.
I bet there's
Player
one.
coming or going?
Not a huge one. Oh, that's a good question.
I would predict a player going before I predicted a player coming.
I picked the player coming.
I'm predicting both.
Okay. There you go. Split it.
2 trades, 1 coming, 1 going.
Or maybe the same
Or
trade.
maybe same
One
trade.
goes
That
and
could
one
be.
comes,
Could
right?
be. It could be 3 going. Who knows? All right. We'll talk about it again tomorrow at high noon here on Mick Shots.
Go Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club. How about this,